Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to day 16 of my solid food vacation. I'm about to make my ultimate lemon ginger blast recipe. Obviously inspired by Dan the Man and Lou Corona. Lou Corona was the first one to come up with it, and then Dan the Man is the one that made it popular. And so I kind of do my own version of it, and I kind of got it off of the first recipe video I ever watched that Lou Corona and Dan made it together. So I will show you what is all in it, and I'm going to talk about the benefits of juicing while I'm doing this. So first of all, I already pre-chopped this up because it's easier to do for my juicer. So we have cilantro, parsley, and mint in here. So cilantro, parsley, mint, and then we have kale. So I'm going to use a lot of kale, a whole bunch of kale, a whole thing of celery. And then this was one bunch of cilantro, one bunch of mint, and one bunch of parsley. Then we got 2 cucumbers. We got a good amount of ginger here. We got 1 habanero. You don't need to put this in, but this is what gives it the blast. Along with the ginger together, it's real spicy. 2 lemons. This is the only, I was going to lie. This is one of the only non-organic ingredients. And then I have fennel. And then, of course, the apples. I have 6 apples here. My favorite apples to use are actually the Granny Smith, but it's not apple season right now, so it's been really hard to get good quality apples, and they're a lot more expensive than normal, so I've just been going with whatever is on sale. So, what is up with juicing? Let me get started here, and I'll start explaining some of the benefits of juicing in today's modern world. And this is actually based off a talk that I gave at a doctor's office one time when I was working at a juice bar. They wanted me to come in and talk about why juicing is beneficial. So let me just start off by saying it might not be natural, to use a machine that uses electricity, grinds everything up, separates the fiber, and that's not natural in our natural state, but you know what? We don't live in a natural world anymore. We are living probably the farthest from nature we've ever lived in our entire existence. Unless, there's some ancient civilizations out there that we just don't know about or aren't being told about. And they had the same technology or better, We pretty much never lived like this before. We don't know the consequences to living so far away from nature yet. So we are bombarded with things, and now it's getting worse because they're spraying things in the air. Aluminum is literally in the air. They did tests, so if you don't believe in chemtrails, I would look it up and kind of see what's really going on and why we need to be more cautious than ever about what we eat. And so we've all been raised on a standard American diet, which is not natural. And we've been doing this for at least usually 20 years until we kind of wake up to the fact that, hey, this might not be the best for me. So over time we start damaging our glands and our organs. We're damaging our kidneys. We're damaging our endocrine glands, like your pituitary, your adrenal glands, your thyroid, and these are all things that produce hormones. So in a world where you're damaging all those things, you can wonder why everyone is feeling so out of balance. Not only the fact that we're never on the earth, we never have our bare feet on the earth practically ever, so that's not going to help either. But since we don't live in a normal world, we have to do some things, or I guess natural world, we have to do some things that aren't natural to kind of combat the unnaturalness of the world. So with juicing, the reason why it's so beneficial is because we've been damaging our bodies for so long that they just are crying out for a break. They just want a break. They cannot handle 3 solid meals every day for 50 years, especially when you're eating the wrong types of foods when you're eating these meals. So the best way to get around using the body's energy to digest the food is to make the body have to do as little work as possible to digest the food. So when you juice something, you're essentially removing the fiber. You're actually only removing the insoluble fiber. There is still soluble fiber in the juice. I think even when you strain it, there's still soluble fiber. that your body absorbs. But one of the things you have to remember is, someone might say, well, can't you just eat fruit all day? And yes, you can do that, and that's a wonderful way to live. But juicing is more therapeutic, because look at all this green stuff that I can get into my body in a matter of seconds by drinking it. Because in an ideal world, we could probably just live off of fruit. But these days, with the way that they're cultivating the soil, we just do not have the minerals and the vitamins getting into our food the way that it used to. So the fruit just isn't as highest quality as we want. So we have to add in the herbs and the leafy greens and the vegetables that have more minerals and more spectrum of nutrients that we're not going to just be getting by eating fruit. And now, when we eat fruit, or any other food for that matter, our body has to go through a process of breaking it down. And the way that our body does that is pretty much, it breaks everything down into a liquid, because we do not extract nutrients from a solid. We can only extract we don't extract nutrients from the fiber, let's say that. We only can extract nutrients from a liquid. That's the way that we can get it into our cells and into our blood. So our body essentially is a juicing machine anyway. And I've heard a lot of people say this, and it's so true, because we eat something solid, the pulp comes out one end and the juice comes out the other end. So when you're able to make juices where your body doesn't have to go through that process, it becomes a lot more efficient at uptaking nutrients into your system and allowing your body to actually absorb them, utilize them, because that is the most important thing. We have 4 processes that we need to do. We need to digest, we need to absorb, we need to utilize, and we need to release waste. And I'm pretty sure that's right. It's Robert Morris's thing that he talks about, the 4 processes that your body goes through. And these are so important to know. So, back onto the juicing thing. So, utilization is probably the biggest one that people just aren't getting, because they are stuffing themselves full of all this food, but they're always starving, they're always hungry. So their body is hungry for nutrition. They're just not getting it from the food that they're eating. I was that way. I used to eat so much junk food, processed food, but every single half an hour after I would get done eating, I'd be so hungry again. And I'm like, I just ate 2 Big Macs, how am I still hungry? And that was before I realized that our body doesn't need calories as much as it needs nutrition. So, juicing in the modern day world is probably the smartest thing you can do. Because not only do you get all the nutrition from it, you get the living water, which is structured, which if you know anything about water, structured water is going to be absorbing into your body the best. So there's already structured water in all the fruits and vegetables that you can eat. So when you eat fruits and vegetables whole, it definitely hydrates you as well. But it's just, it's just that we live in such a world that we've done so much damage to ourselves that we can't even handle digesting. Some people can't even handle digesting fruit, So it just makes sense to go to the extreme, which some people think juicing is extreme, and extract every good thing about it. It gets into your body. Not only does it give you nutrition, it gives you hydration, and it helps flush out everything that you don't need. So, using things like cilantro is a known heavy metal detoxifier. So if you put cilantro in your juices, and you used to have, mercury fillings are probably going to be absorbed by now because they haven't been doing that in a while, but let's say you were eating a lot of fish and you might be exposed to mercury that way. You can literally eat cilantro every day and rest assured that eventually all that mercury is going to get out of your system. These herbs have been given to us by the Creator, by the universe, to help heal our bodies. Because you know what? This design was created to know that we're going to mess up, that we're going to have to use these plant foods to heal ourselves, because we're going to make choices that just aren't optimal. So everything was already decided. This stuff was planned on being here. I was planned on being here. You guys were planned on being here, learning about this stuff so we can teach people how to get their health back. And juicing is going to be one of the best ways to do it. It literally changed my life. Before I was juicing, I was drinking Red Bulls every single day. I was taking a lot of other stimulant drugs to try to have energy. And then, you know what, I was 21 years old and I was sick and tired. And then, as they say, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I had to find a way to get my energy back. I had to find a way to get my health back. And I attribute everything, raising my consciousness, everything, to the day that I bought a juicer. Holy crap. That cat is crazy. So, not only do you get hydrated with juicing, you get all the vitamins and minerals come straight into your cells. It flushes out toxins. You know what? It's fun and it tastes great. Like, I have never enjoyed something more than doing this. Like this, normally when I'm not making a video like this, I'm just sitting here relaxing, maybe listening to some music, kind of meditating, not thinking about too much stuff, just like getting in the moment, and it really connects you back. And you know what you can do the whole time that you're juicing? You can say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all that this is giving me. And that's going to actually infuse the juice with those vibes and with that intention, and it's going to go into your body and fuel you. So not to only mention the first things that I mentioned, this is a healing thing that you can do for your body. So when you eat food, it uses up to 70 to maybe even 80% of your body's vital force energy to digest that food. So think about this, after you eat Thanksgiving dinner, or anything for that matter that is like heavy and you're eating more than you should, you lose all of your energy. All you want to do is go take a nap, you want to go sleep, you want to sit in front of the TV and literally do nothing and just rub your fat belly and just be like, oh yeah, that was a good meal. But if someone came and broke into my house right now, I don't know what I would do because I have no energy. So with juicing, you're taking away all the body's need to digest the food because it's already pre-digested, and when you take that away, you just have abundance of extra energy that your body can use for other things. So let's say you kind of have a sore hip, and your hip's been sore for months, maybe even years, and you can't figure it out. You know, you try to stretch it, you try to do all this stuff, but you know what the problem is your body is not going to focus on your hip when your kidneys are down the whole time, and your body's just like trying to get your kidneys to work, your pain in your hip or your knee pain or your back pain is not going to be the main priority of your body. But when you can take the morning and, like, let's say you sleep for 8 hours and then you can drink juice for breakfast and you don't eat until noon and you sleep, let's say you go to bed at noon, you could have 12 hours, or sorry, not 12 hours, 16 hours where you are not putting anything into your body besides liquids, but you're putting nutrition in, so your body's going to get all the tools it needs to feed the cells to operate the functions that it has to and detoxify the body. So eventually, you start replacing your bacon and eggs with juice every single morning, and guess what's going to happen? Your hip pain is going to go away because your body has extra time to work on the problems besides, like, the fact that your heart is like barely pumping and your kidneys are overworked and your adrenal glands are down, because your body is always going to be trying to preserve the most important organs first. So you're not going to lose your hip before, or you're not going to heal your hip before you can heal everything else. So you got to remember that it's all about an energy balance, and you got to keep the high energy inside of your body so that you can use that energy to heal yourself. Now, a lot of people think that, you know, raw food and juicing is healing, which in a sense it is, but it really isn't. It is your body that is healing itself. You're just finally getting out of the way and letting it do its thing. Because when you're constantly eating and eating and eating, your body never has a chance to catch up. So we just have two fluids and a bunch of cells. We have blood, we have lymph, and a bunch of cells, like trillions of cells, right? So the blood has to stay alkaline always, slightly. It can't get acidic, otherwise you die. So we have this big sewer system that is in our body that is just getting backed up. And when it gets backed up, we create acidosis in the body. And when we create acidosis in the body, the diseases that we get can thrive. The viruses can thrive. The parasites can thrive. Everything that is ailing us as a species can thrive in an acidic environment. But you know what doesn't thrive in an acidic environment? We do not thrive in an acidic environment. We need an alkaline environment. And you know what the best way to get alkaline is? Green juices. You know, you saw how much stuff I put in here. Hold on. It would take me an hour or two to eat all of this food, but I'm pouring it out into a juice. I'm straining it, straining all the fiber out, and you just get straight up nutrition into your body. So honestly, I'm going to be honest, I went on a little tangent. I don't know where I was going. I'm just trying to inspire you guys about the benefits of juicing. If you don't juice already, or you haven't watched any of my other videos, you don't know why I'm doing this 16 day, today's day 40-day juice cleanse, is because I have been living for 20 years or 28 years of my life eating 3 meals a day or more. You know, the past 5 years I've kind of been eating a little different. I've been eating better, but I need a gosh dang break. I have things that I want to get done in my life, and I can't waste any more time not healing my body. It's time. The time is now, guys. The time is now to take these foods, juice them up, put them in your body, and you know what? Start thriving. Because I am sick of every single person out there not having a good day and not feeling good and not understanding that literally if they just did this every day, it would change their whole life. And it changed my life, you know, and that's why I'm so passionate about this stuff. And that's why I do it every day. I've been juicing for 6 years, almost every single day. Ever since I bought my first juicer, I probably, the first year that I juiced, I made a lemon ginger blast every single day. Because I knew, after watching 2 documentaries, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and I think it was Forks Over Knives, that fruits and vegetables were the truth. And I would be doing my body, my community, the world a disservice by not getting myself healthy enough to be functioning in this society properly and be aware and be awake and stop contributing to the negative stuff that's going on in the world. I want to be positive and I want to shine a light and I want to be bright. And you can't be bright when you're eating all this dead food and cooked food and heavy food and you have all this stuff going on in your stomach. You can't think straight. You can't feel right. You just, nothing's going good. But when you can take the time out, make some juices, at least replace your breakfast with juice, you know what? It's going to be a lot different. Your life is going to start changing in ways that you never even understood. And you know what? I still don't understand. I still don't get why this works. Like, it just does. The science is there, but like, I don't need any of that stuff. It just blows my mind that it's so easy to throw some fruits and vegetables through a juicer and then like drink it down and you feel it immediately. Immediately you can feel better. So I'm going to finish juicing this, guys. I just wanted to inspire you a little bit. It was actually hard for me to talk and multitask. I've never done this before. So some of my thoughts weren't that linear, but you know what? It doesn't matter because life isn't that way. Life is chaotic. Life is crazy. But the one thing that you can control, always, no matter what's going on, no matter how hard it gets, is you can control what you put inside your body. And even if you can't do it 24 hours a day, you know what? You can control the first 3 or 4 hours of your day by drinking lemon water in the morning to get hydrated. And then a green juice after that to stay hydrated and mineralize and detoxify. And then for lunch and dinner, that's your choice. But if you can take the step to making fresh vegetable juices in the morning, even fruit juices, but I'm just saying I'd rather eat my fruits whole when I'm not on a juice cleanse. But if you can just do that, you're gonna see a difference, you're gonna feel it, you're gonna change, you're gonna get brighter, your eyes are gonna get whiter, your skin is gonna get smoother, and people are gonna love you more because you know what? You love yourself. And the only way someone else can love you is if you love yourself first. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was inspirational. I hope you make some green juice. I hope you give someone a hug today. I hope someone gives you a hug today. and I hope we can keep spreading this message. And I just want to really thank you guys, everyone who's commenting. It means so much to me, and I just can't believe that I'm building this cool little community around this juice cleanse. And you know what? It's going to keep going after that, because we're going to be talking more about raw foods and the benefits and how it's changed my life and how it can change your life. And just everything that's good about fruits and vegetables is pretty much everything. Like, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I just really, 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 really appreciate the support. I can't say it enough. Like, it means so much. I don't know how to express it, honestly. You know, I almost cried at some of the comments I get. Like, that's how sensitive I am sometimes. And it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be vulnerable. That's what I'm trying to show on this. Like, I'm trying to be the most vulnerable, show everybody everything, so that they can see that a real person. I'm just some dude that lives in Arizona that's decided to do a juice cleanse, and I'm just like trying to get you guys to just like see that, like, you know, anything's possible. And if I can do it, you know, growing up in northern Wisconsin eating fast food and potato chips and French onion dip literally every day, to waking up in the morning and doing this and just drinking juice all day, anyone can do it. You can do it. And we can do it together. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say in this video. But again, I hope I inspired you, and I will see you guys soon.